Hello everyone, I am Samrat Gurung from Pokhara, Nepal, and I am a STG activist and I am pursuing my master degree in rural development. And today I want to share my knowledge about the differences between the Millennium Development Goal and the Sustainable Development Goal, which is one of the burning issue during this time. And if you want to know me further, you can email me. My email address is given in the screen, and as I have already mentioned that I will teach you about the 20 differences between this development goal. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment us, and let's go to the point and let's know about the 20 differences. And the first difference is now we want to know about the full form, which stands for the Millennium Development Goal and the Sustainable Development Goal. The second difference is MDG has a limited goal, that means only 8 goals were present, while the MDG has the 17 goal, which are more comprehensive than the goals of the Millennium Development Goal. And in the MDG there were only 21 targets, while in the Sustainable Development Goal there is 169 targets. And implementation framework MDG, the implementation framework of MDG is from 2000 to 2015, while SDG implementation framework is 2015 to 2030, as we all know about this. And let's also talk about the general scope. MDG were more focused to the social aspects, while the SDG focus mainly to the three aspects, that means the social, economical, and environmental, that we can call economic growth, social inclusion, and the environmental protection. This is another difference. And the implementation framework, the MDGs are the predecessors of the SDG, while the SDG were the successors to the MDGs. This is another difference. And the approaches include in the MDG includes the top-down approach, while the SDG includes the inclusive goal-setting approach, which is very participatory as compared to the MDG. And let's talk about its target. MDG target the developing country, particularly to the poorest. That means the MDG were in context of rich donor aiding poor recipients. That means the target population to the MDG were the developing countries, while the target to the SDG is all over the world. That means the entire world, including both rich and the poor countries. And for MDGs were produced or formulated by the group of the expert, which includes the expert of the developed countries, while the SDG, in context to the SDG, result of consultation process among the 193 UN member states, civil society, and other different stakeholder and focused area. MDG could not focus holistically on the development. It mainly focuses on the social dimension and the better health. That means we all should know that MDG more focus on the social dimension, while the SDG focus holistically on the development, all the aspects of the development that the SDG will cover. And let's know about another difference, which is the funding. MDG were largely envisioned by the funded by the aid flow. We do not materialize. That means these MDG was aid flowed, while the SDGs put sustainable inclusive economic development at the core of the strategy. That means in sustainable development goal, the country which self will generate the resources, while the MDG were made for the developing countries, so that the developed countries will fund for them. And the delivery focus in the MDG, its main focus to the poverty reduction, narrowly poverty reduction, while the focus of SDG is very broad, global development with for the sustainability and beyond the system symptoms of poverty to the issues of the peace, stability, human right, and the governments. That means SDG will cover more than that of the MDG, which is more focused on the poverty, and the SDG were focused to the poverty, including the peace, sustainability, human right, and the good governments. And in the MDG, the traditional statistics were used, while in the SDG, the traditional statistic along with the data revolution is done in it. And the another difference is also goes to the focus point. The MDG's target for 2015 were set to get us halfway the goal of ending hunger and poverty with similar proportional goal in other field. That means the MDG were focused to the goal, not to eradicate them. While the SDG were designed to finish the job, that means reduce to the zero level, to get the statistical zero on hunger, poverty, preventable child death, and other target. As we know the different goals of the SDG, there is focus on the zero hunger, zero poverty, while in the MDG, to reduce the poverty, these types of the goal were made focus and fund for the implementation. The MDG were largely envisioned to be funded by the aid flow, while the SDG addressed the ability of the country and also social challenges largely through improving their own revenue generating capacity. The country will with self improve their own revenue, so that they can achieve the SDG, and they can achieve the SDG. And the another difference is the nature of the goal. MDG, if we talk about the nature of the MDG, it is simple. That means it is simplicity, single set of goals of the 21st century. But the goal, SDG goals, are the common goal for the whole world. That means it is universal goal. And the scope of MDG only emphasize on the prevalent challenges, while the SDG emphasis on the present and the upcoming challenges. And let's know about the cost also. MDG were less costly to the SDG, while SDG were more costly compared to the MDG, which will focus on both present and the future generation. These were the 20 differences between the 20 differences between the SDG and the MDG. Hope you will like it, and you can also add more on it, and we can share our knowledge as as the sustainable goal number 17, partnership. We can do many partnership and achieve the sustainable development goal, and we should act locally, locally, and think globally to achieve the sustainable development goal. And every drop matters in achieving the sustainable development goal. So let's be together to achieve the sustainable development goal, the global goal 2030. Thank you for your patience, and if you want to further contact me, there in the screen there is my email address. Please, we can cooperate, we can collaborate in the future day. And thank you very much for your patience. Thank you very much.